Jordan, on the 4th and 1, you're in 2 minute. I know you're going fast. Looks like and this is easy for me to say, but it looks like on the broadcast that they're pointing out what you're doing, where you're going, and what you're running. Did you catch that live? Is that a tendency you guys need to break, or was that just me seeing stuff?
Yeah, no, I think it's it's a call that we called a couple times, going fast throughout the game, and they probably heard the call and or were guessing. So yeah, there was a D lineman saying some stuff, but I still thought we had a light box. We could try and run it right there.
Do you make that play call, or does Matt making that through the headset, or are things going too fast and you have to do it?
Matt makes that play call. Yep.
Jordan, how do you get things going again?
Just got to get back to the drawing board. Same thing as last week, get back to the film session. Trying to find ways to figure out what we're not doing as well right now. What's kind of keeping us in a funk and not letting us kind of get into a rhythm. And just keep trying to build on the things we've done a good job of. So it always comes back to getting back to it next week and getting back to work.
Is it disconcerting that you guys have played a lot of good football this year, and in the last 2 games here, you just couldn't get anything going whatsoever?
Yeah, it's tough. It's definitely frustrating, as an offense. And it's, like I said, it's where we just got to look ourselves in the mirror and find ways to keep improving and keep figuring out what we've done good and what we're not doing as good of a job right now. And just keep working, but it's definitely frustrating.
Jordan, I don't know if there's any parallels to the 2023, but you guys got it going at the end of that season. You went on a really good run. Can and how do you do that with this group?
Yeah, we can definitely get to that. It's all about going 1 week at a time, like we said, but it starts with getting a win. Getting a win and building upon that. Like you said, that's exactly what we did in 23. Just keep finding ways to go out there each week and get better. And I think it's the mindset is just keep believing in the guys we got, and that's what we'll keep doing.
So Jordan, I get that you need to watch the film, and I understand that back to the drawing board and whatever. What do you think is wrong with your offense?
Yeah, we're just not.
Used to looking this way.
Yeah, we're not getting any consistency right now. We're not getting into a rhythm. We'll have a good play here, and then it kind of we'll have a negative play, whether it's a lot of things, whether it's a turnover, penalty, drop, sack, it's a lot of things. So it's just finding ways to keep the positive plays going and avoid these negative plays that we're getting. But I think we're just kind of shooting ourselves in the foot right now and getting in the funk of, having some good plays and then not building off them properly and having a play that might hurt the drive and we can't overcome it.
With Rob's question about 23, Matt said, let it rip, right? And that's when you took off that year, and he kind of let it rip as a play caller. Can you do that, or is the way teams are playing you with the soft zone stuff predicated on you got to get the running game going first before you can start letting it rip throwing?
Yeah, it's all of that. We got to find ways to attack the coverages we're getting and, find ways to keep, like I said before, finding plays that are working against that stuff and keep building upon that. But, yeah, obviously, the run game, I think we did some good things tonight. And then it's the same thing, like I said before, there's just plays that go backwards and aren't helping us, and then we can't overcome those things. But, yeah, we definitely got to find ways. It's 2 weeks in a row, kind of the similar style of defense that we got to find answers versus it.
Are you guys going in, Jordan, to games with the right way to attack? And if not, are you adjusting on the fly?
I do think we are. I think obviously we put a game plan throughout the week of, stuff we see on film and what we want to attack. And, if we get certain looks that, some of these plays are favorable against, we gotta execute them. We gotta, take those shots and make the defense pay. But, like you said, there's always going to be, looks that maybe we haven't seen on film, or a play might just not be, great versus the coverage we get. So we just got to find ways to keep executing on those. But, no, we've been doing some good things. I think it's the same process since I've been here that we're, sticking to throughout the week of finding things that we like on film and trying to find ways to attack that if we get it in the game.
Jordan, the 3 teams that have beat you haven't scored more than 16. What does it feel like in the locker room as the offense when your defense is holding up their end of the bargain in those games?
Yeah, it's tough. Like I said before, it's disappointing. It's frustrating. You feel like as an offense you're letting the defense down because they're doing such a great job. Obviously, that's a really good offense over there. And, they stopped them for the majority of the game. And, we just didn't find ways to score. and it's just not good enough. So it's definitely frustrating, but, you know, we'll find ways to overcome this and to be better, for sure.
And Jordan, obviously, losing Tucker Kraft is a big deal, changes the way you're gonna play, changes the personnel package, everything that goes into that. You guys didn't play a lot of multiple tight end sets tonight for obvious reasons, and so going forward as a quarterback, how does that change things for you when you're going more 3 wide receiver, 4 wide receiver sets? How do you have to adjust now that he's not gonna be coming back this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's no matter who you're talking about, you got to be able to overcome injuries, whatever position that is. And obviously, at the tight end position, you know, we'll do some more 11 personnel and not have as many 12 personnel sets or 13 personnel. So we'll see. But it all comes back to just finding ways to attack the defense. You know, I'm confident whatever personnel grouping we put out there, if it's 4 receivers, if it's 3 tight ends, we got to find ways to go execute no matter who's out there.
Speaking of injuries, Elton Jenkins goes down, Sean Ryan comes in and has a phenomenal game. What kind of energy does he bring to that huddle?
No, Sean brings a great energy. Obviously, he's a guy who's played a lot of ball. So, you know, it's tough losing Elton. And we'll see what the status is on him. But, yeah, I think Sean did a great job coming in. And he's a guy who stays ready for whatever opportunity it is, whether it's guard, center, whatever. So he did a good job tonight. Just got to keep building on it.
How do you feel like, how did you play tonight? How have you been playing lately? What do you think?
Yeah, I think not good enough. You know, I think it all starts with taking care of the ball. You know, I think turnovers has been something that's been hurting us in these close games. So I've got to find ways to overcome that, keep being smart with the ball, and then just keep going out there and trying to play my best, but definitely not good enough.
What happened on the fumble? Obviously, you were trying to get a throw in there.
Yeah, I was trying to throw it to Josh, and I'm not sure where I got hit from, but, you know, the ball came out.
2 more?
Would you like to see faster tempo or more autonomy at the line of scrimmage? Anything that you'd like to see different with the offense?
No, I mean, I think at times it's necessary, and I think we've done some good things when we get on the ball and go fast. You know, I think we got a lot of bank reps on some of the plays we run in the 2-minute drill setting because we do it, you know, so much throughout the week. But, you know, I think there's a time and place for it, and I think, you know, if we can't find ways to keep executing it, we might need to just keep looking at what's working and we're doing well, and that might be an answer. It might not be an answer. So, like I said, we just got to keep looking at it. But, you know, I do know if you go fast and jump the ball and don't, you know, get a first down, it's a quick way to get off the field. So, you know, I think we've done some good things when we need to have it situations, and then sometimes it just isn't good enough. So we'll see.
Where's your level of trust that Matt and the staff can find the answers?
I mean, I got a lot of trust in Matt. You know, that's something that's not wavering at all. You know, I've been with Matt since I got here. I know exactly what he's capable of, what the whole staff's capable of. So that's not anything that's wavering. Like I said, it just comes back to all of us, players, coaches, everybody, finding ways to improve and get better.
Jordan, just going through these, you've had some scoring droughts the last 6 or 7 games, and then something like tonight. Does that shake up the locker room at all? How do you keep things together in there where guys, you know, aren't turning on each other, or, you know, where they stick with it?
Yeah, no, I think we got a great locker room, and I think the message is to stay together. Obviously, it's disappointing, it's frustrating, but it's a long season, and we'll find ways to improve. I'm very confident as an offense we'll find ways to get back to being great, putting up points and helping the defense out, but it's frustrating. And you know, I know as a defense, you know, they definitely have every reason to look at us and say, what are you guys doing? You know, you guys need to figure it out and help us out, put up some more points because they're doing a great job. So it's frustrating, but, you know, we'll stay together. We'll keep the energy high and find ways to get better and be better as offense.